card shop at the
Yes, I'm hoping to speak with someone about a serious issue that I have with a charge that I received, a criminal charge.
Okay. Misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor, yes.
I'll get you that department this morning.
Thank you.
County Clerk's Office is Barbara. How can I help you?
Yes, Barbara. My name's Jonathan Robertson, and back in 2005, I pled no contest to a charge of attempt to commit theft of services under $20. I have a bad feeling that the charge is entered into the criminal system, the NCIC, wrong, because I tried to go to Canada recently, and Canada pulled it up as theft, just the statute 31.03, and mine is 31.04, and if with that showing that means that I'm criminally inadmissible to enter Canada. But if it's the right charge, the one I actually pled no contest to, which is 31.04, I would be admissible.
What is your first name?
My first name is Jonathan. I actually had a cause number if you can use that too. The first name is Jonathan.
What's the cause number?
The cause number is CR 2005-01317A.
Okay, I think what the problem is, John, it is attempt to commit theft under $50, and it is classified as a misdemeanor C, but you still have a balance that was never paid off.
I do realize that, and that's a whole different story because you guys don't have the information on that, but I actually was robbed by the police department. The Louisville Police Department actually stole the stuff that they actually charged me on in the first place, the evidence. They took it, and I never got it. And I've always wanted to sue, and I just haven't been financially able to do that. But I've kind of figured to myself, it's kind of a personal thing where until I get that part resolved, I don't know what I'm going to do about the fine. But I don't think the fine's the issue. It says attempt to commit theft, and that's that's not my charge. It's attempt to commit theft of service. And when the border guards pulled it up, it actually enumerates it as 31.03, and I was charged with 31.04.
Okay, mine doesn't have numbers on it. Mine shows in the computer that attempt to commit theft $50 and under, and it's filed as attempt to commit theft of service.
I know, and that's extremely important that in the computer it shows that, and the number, because like I don't even know how I don't know if they pulled the number up in Canada and just wrote it down themselves, or did the computer, the NCIC computer, have the numbers enumerated? Because if it does show 31.03, then it's wrong, right? It's definitely not the right charge. And if it doesn't show a number at all, then that means they put the number in themselves and basically tried to make it look like I committed theft, which I never stole anything in my life. And so the whole charge that I have is bogus anyway. But at least in the interim, I would just at least want everything to look like it actually should be. It's nothing but fair. This has been like the biggest, worst thing that ever happened to me, I swear. And I was young back then. I was 30 years old. Didn't know pretty much nothing of anything. And I pled to that, and I only did it because I wanted to get my stuff back out of the evidence locker. And so Judge, I think it's Couch, he wrote out a special order because in the discovery, it didn't show anything about any merchandise being taken. at the time of arrest. So he thought it was fishy. He wrote out an order, which might be in that file. And when I took that order to the Louisville Police Department, it was supposedly taken back to Walmart. Walmart said they never seen it. So in my, if it sounds like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And it was $3,888 worth of stuff that they took from me. So that's my anger in not paying that fine. But and now I got this little side issue of you know, how things are coming up in the computer. So do you think there's anything that can be done about the way it comes up, like in a computer, or I'm just trying to get some understanding here, because the only thing I know is that when I got this form from Canada that said you can't come into Canada because you have, and it says theft. I think it says 50 and over, or actually not 50 and under, and it has 31.03, which is, you know, the actual code for theft. So I'm wondering, is it coming up in the computer as that, or did they do some research on it to make it look like that? And also, even if you did just mention it says attempt to commit theft, that shouldn't be correct, because theft of service is not even close to theft. It's like in no other state do they have a charge like that. So that charge is very unique, and I think it should be labeled as such, you know, because if they would have told me that. Are you still here? I'm sorry, I talk a lot, by the way. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on just a moment.
Thank you.
Okay, Jonathan?
Yes.
Can I get your phone number?
Yes.
So that we can look into this and call you back?
Sure. My phone number is area code 253-397-8001.
Okay.
Okay.
Let my supervisor look at this, and we'll call you back.
Awesome. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Yes, is this Jonathan Robertson?
This is I. Yep.
Yes. This is Deborah Wilson with the Dick Penny Clerk's office.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Talking to Barbara this morning about your case.
Yes.
I have a supervisor check, and everything on our end is correct. So I don't know where they're getting their information from.
You mean they being to Canada?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I don't know either. I kind of suspected that they put the information in instead of it just being directly from the NCIC system, because like they do share our information, but I'm looking at the code and I'm like, you know, that I know that there's one thing to say, like on your end it says attempt to commit theft, which, you know, is not. Is there a way to correct that where you can add the theft of service on to the computerized version?
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, okay. I pled no contest to attempt to commit theft of service under $20. And for some reason, it's bouncing back and forth as far as the computer system. It says attempt to commit theft over or under $50, and like that's, you know, it should be theft of service. You know, the exact thing I was charged with. I don't know if it's just.
Ours does say attempt to commit theft of service.
Huh. Okay. Barbara said that in one part it's filed under that, but in the yeah.
But now when they lowered it to Class C, it just says attempt to commit theft under 50 and under.
Yeah, and on my paperwork it says that too. I think this is what happened. On one of those documents, what did I just do with that file? I just had it like a couple seconds ago, but on one of those files, it says, it's one I signed, it says attempt to commit theft under $50, and then right under the word theft, the prosecutor wrote in of service in small writing. Do you have any of those type of files before you, or that you can access?
Well, I mean, it's the code that we have to use.
Mm-hmm. And the code is the code should be 31.04, correct, on this one? Not.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, it definitely it definitely is not theft because I didn't steal, anything. And what they were proposing. What's your name again? I'm sorry. I remember Barbara.
Debbie.
Debbie, if you believe it or not, what the prosecutor was proposing was that because I was returning stuff to Walmart, I wasted $20 or less of Walmart's time, and that's the reason why I was charged with that. And so, it's like it was the silliest, most ridiculous thing I've even heard back then. But for the cost of greed, I sat there and I signed off my life for that. So, so the code should be, exactly what it is. Okay, theft, like theft. You steal something, 31.03. Theft of service, 31.04. And anywhere in that computer system, it should never ever say attempt to commit theft because I didn't steal anything. I actually was the one who got robbed in the end. So I'm hoping that there's some way that you guys can change that to what it should be by going through the files and seeing that I didn't plead to theft of service. I pled to theft of service. Because everything in the paperwork shows, everything. There's not a single file in there that shows theft. Even the one that almost looks like it does, in small writing underneath theft, it's of service. She should have put it in bigger writing or something, but I think I got a bad feeling that was what was entered in the computer. When they saw that, they didn't see the small underwriting. They just saw the theft. And because that's the only one, too, the only other document that has 50 instead of 20. Because if it's a Class C misdemeanor, it should have been a 20 anyway, because it all codifies right? Because 20 and under is Class E. So, so somehow, some way, two things got totally messed up. The amount, which, don't get me wrong, I still to this day don't take pride in just because it's 20 or 50 or even 10. It's all bogus. But in the sake of everything being right, if it's a Class C, it should be 20, under 20, and then it's theft of services or service or whatever they call it in Texas.
Well, I'll talk to my supervisor and let her know what you said, and I'll get back to you.
Sounds good, Debbie. All right, thank you. Bye.
All right.
Yes, this call is for Jonathan Robertson, and it's referred to a case that he called and talked about. Our records are right. It's a theft. It's attempt to commit theft. 50 under 50. But if you have any questions, you can contact the DA's office at 940-349-22. Hold on. It's 940-349-2673, and her name is Sherry Smith. You just give her a contact call, and she'll explain it to you. Thank you. Bye.
Clerk's office, this is Debbie. Can I help you?
Yes, hi Debbie. This is Jonathan Robertson.
Uh-huh.
I think I got a call from you today.
Yes. We talked to the DA's office, and what we have is correct. So it is attempt to commit theft 50 and under. But
Okay.
they said if you have any questions, you can give them a call.
Okay, I need to definitely get their number because it can't be correct if the paperwork is correct. You know what I mean? I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I don't think someone can change the charge after what was agreed to on paper. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Yeah, you'll have to talk to them about it.
I definitely will. All right, what's their? Do you have a direct number for them?
Yes, it's 940-349-2673, and her name is Sherry. And if you hold on, I'll transfer you.
All right, thank you. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Cynthia Mitchell welcomes you to...
either away from my desk or on the phone at this time. Please dial 0 to get back to the front desk, or dial our main number 940-349-2600 and ask for someone else in misdemeanor records. Thank you. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello, Cheryl. My name is Jonathan Robertson. I'm pretty sure that you have my case number before you because of the call that you got or a communication from Debbie. I need to talk to you about the charge. So if you can please call me back. My phone number is 253-397-8001. 253-397-8001. My name is Jonathan Robertson. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, this is Sherry over at the DA's office in Denton. I was trying to get a hold of Jonathan Robertson.
This is I.
I'm returning your call on your case.
Yes. I don't know where to start, Sherry. I guess I got information from Debbie that she talked to you and that you told her that the charge of attempted theft of under $50 or 50 and under was correct. And I know for a fact that not only being a party of, being the one who's charged with the prosecutor and the attorney, but also the paperwork and even the way that the charges are sub-labeled E1A.
I don't know what that is.
E1.
That's not I know.
I'm sorry?
I don't know what E1A is. My suggestion is you go back and talk to your attorney that pled you out on the case. We're technically not supposed to talk to descendants or their families outside of court.
Okay.
All I can tell you is that the charge was theft, attempted theft. The charge originated as forgery.
That's right. It was dropped 2 days later. It was replaced with attempt to commit theft of services, 1,500 to, I don't know whether it was 5,000 or.
The actual charging document was attempted theft of property over 1,500. Which is what it should be.
Unfortunately, that I don't know where you're getting that from, because the paperwork that I have from both the Canadian authorities and the original paperwork that I've gotten, it's listed in the same type of print as the NCIC uses, and it says attempt to commit theft of services. I don't see any. There's nowhere. Yep.
Okay, your charging instrument is what is above all that.
Right.
You need to talk to your attorney in regards to that. We are getting the correction done in the computer, but it was just on your criminal history. The physical complaint information are correct. So I'm referring you back to your attorney.
Okay.
On the case.
Well, okay. So right now you're saying you're getting it corrected in the computer, and what is it going to be in the computer as far as being corrected?
The prosecutor correction we should have submitted as attempted theft over 1,500 under 20,000.
Okay, so that's the correct one?
Yes.
Okay, now.
It is not of service.
Okay, now here's the deal. And I'm not, like I told Debbie, I'm not the smartest guy.
And like I said, you need to talk to your attorney if you have any further questions.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to talk to the news media, and I guess they'll figure it out. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
And